Hello guys, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Today I have for you guys a Swampert Slurpuff deck. If you guys don't know what these cards do in combination, let's just look into them. I'm playing Swamperts in here as the main attacker in half of our combo. It's a stage 2 water Pokemon, and we don't play anything else from its line, so it's getting into play with Archie's in a Hole, which is a supporter that you can only play when it's the last card of your hand, so we kind of have to build around it. But it puts any water Pokemon from our discard pile into the bench, and then we draw 5 cards. That's pretty good. Swampert is going to be the target of choice. It has Diving Search, which means we can get any card, from our deck and put it on top of the deck. And then we will be using Slurpuff, I'm playing a 3/3 line, to use Tasting and draw that card immediately. And that's the combo here, that's what we got going on. It's really good because it sets up itself after the first Swampert, so we can get the other cards that we want, like the Swirlix and the Slurpuffs, in order for us to set up. And once we are set up, we don't really need to play supporters at all, and we just chain cards on top of cards. So that's what we are hoping for with this deck. That's the main goal here. Swampert is also a pretty decent attacker in that Hydro Pump has a very good damage rate, so it deals 40 plus 30 for each water energy that Swampert has, and we are only playing water energy, so with 3 it deals 130 damage. It also has Alpha Growth as the ancient trait, which means we can play 2 water energy instead of 1 on Swampert, so it accelerates itself. Seems like a pretty good Pokemon for this deck. So it draws cards, it puts cards on top, Swirlix draws them, and we just need ways to get Swampert into play. I'm playing 2 Executes and 1 Jirachi EX because they really help us with our math and getting the Archie's in the Hole in our hand. That's the main reason for those cards. We are playing Keldeo EX in here, mostly as a wall to soak up some damage and maybe heal the special conditions of the Swampert because of the Rush-In ability. Hopefully Keldeo EX is also going to have a Floatstone in there somewhere. And that's the Pokemon. Let's look into the items. I'm playing 4 Battle Compressor. It grabs us 3 cards and puts them into the discard pile. It's really good. It's a very good item that we can just play and get rid of from our hand, and it just gets the Swamperts into the discard pile, the Archie's in the Hole, all that crap. 1 Computer Search. Not only is it good to get anything from our deck into our hand, but it's also good because it discards cards from our hand. And why would we need, I don't know, Crushing Hammer? I'm playing 2 of these. It seems like a really random card to be playing. A couple of Rushing Hammer. Sometimes you can't even play it because the opponent does not have energy on the first turn. But it's actually one of the parts of the deck that I'm the most happy about and the most proudest about, because once we are set up, we don't really need to play supporters. So with the we can actually play like Lysander Storm card every single turn, and the combination of cards that we have, like the Swampert and the Slurpuff, we can get the hammers every single turn. We can actually play a hammer every single turn, and that's really cool to me. That seems really great thing to be doing in the later stages of the game. It's really powerful, and that's why I'm playing 2 in here. But we might need to get rid of them sometimes, and that's where the maintenance, for example, comes in. It's just here to get rid of cards from the hand. It's not a very powerful card, but in this deck it plays its role. That's why I'm playing 2. Professor's Ladder. I'm playing 3 of these. You usually only see 1 in the decks, but this one here is actually pretty good. Mostly because it's a card in our hand that's never dead. We can just play it and grab 0 energy from the deck. So it gets rid of itself, and sometimes we really need that. And then in the later stages of the game, it gets 2 energies that we can just drop them both on Swampert because of Alpha Growth. So that's really cool. We have 4 Ultra Ball, also allows us to discard, and also grabs us Pokemon for the Slurpuff line, the Keldeo, or the Jirachi X, for example, if we need to get the Archie's in a Hole through that. Playing 3 via Seeker. It allows us to play the Lysander Storm card all over again, and the Archie's in a Hole again, so it's a very good card, but it's also a supporter in that if it's stuck in our hands, we have to find a way to get rid of it if we want to play the Archie's in a Hole. So I'm playing 2 Ace in the Holes, as I said. 1 Lysander to catch our opponent's Pokemon. We can't play a lot of supporters, so I'm playing only 1 Lysander. Only 1 Lysander Storm card, only 1 N to shuffle mostly to punish our opponents when they have taken early prizes. For example, when they killed one of our Keldews that we are using as walls, we might just play N and get rid of some cards from their hands. And then we have 4 Professor Sycamore, which if we don't get to play the Archie's in the hole really early, Sycamore is just the way to go. I'm playing a single Mountain Ring. It's the only stadium that we're playing, and it's only one, so we can always put it down unless, I don't know, the opponent also plays Mountain Rings and he puts his own Mountain Ring, which doesn't happen that often. And it's mostly here to trump other people's stadiums and make it a little harder for them. Of course, we also like the effect because it prevents damage done to benched Pokemon by attacks, so we don't really do any bench damage with this deck. So if the opponent does, we are actually protected against that. But the main reason for this is to trump the opponent's stadiums. You can actually get it back with License Trump card as well and put it back again. That's one of the reasons I'm only playing one. Then we have 6 tools. Tools are great here because we can put them down as long as we have a Pokemon. And we're playing Floatstones, which go really well on the Slurpuff or on the Keldeo, also on the Jirachi. And then we have Silver Bangles, mostly to be put on Swampert because it's like an extra water energy in terms of damage output. That's really cool. So we have 11 water energy. There's kind of a tension here in that in the early game we don't really want them in our hand because we want to get rid of every card that we have to play the ace in the hole, but then in the later stages of the game we really need it. So I'm playing 11. Hopefully that will be the sweet amount of energy. We can get him back with a License Trump card and the Professor's Letter. So, because Professor's Letter grabs as many water energy as we can actually play, I'm not playing the Superior Energy Retrieval. Plus, I can shuffle everything back with a License Trump card anyway. So, I figured this was the way to go. Okay, the opponent is starting. I just hope we have a decent hand here. Okay, so there's fire type deck coming. My hand, it's kinda meh, I guess, because it's kinda okay. I shouldn't have done this. Shouldn't have drawn the card. Actually, okay, my opponent ends, so yeah, it doesn't matter. This hand is actually worse. Oh, he's playing the Heathran deck or Eatmore. Okay, so the guy that just but it's not a straight Eatmore deck. Oh, this is strange. He's playing Emolga there, mostly for Call for Family, I would guess. Okay, and he's putting them down. There's Acrobike, so he's playing a lot of random stuff. So maybe he won't be able to get to the Fiery Leaks that he wants. Passes the turn, alright. So let's see what he has in the discard pile. He has 2 Fire Energy, so that's kind of scary. And we actually we drew the Ultra Ball. That's pretty good. That means we can, in fact, go for the Ace in a Hole this turn. So I think I'm going for that. There's really nothing else to be said here. I'm just going to grab Swamperts. Let's see how many Ace in the Holes do we have. Getting the Execute, and also I think this is okay. We have 2, but getting one with Jirachi, and I want to play the Water Energy on the Jirachi, I think. Okay, so this is what we're going to discard. And now can play the Jirachi down. I have to play the Jirachi down and get the Ace in the Hole. And now I have to discard a Water Energy and I guess a Silver Bangle. Yeah, we don't really want to put that down. I'd rather keep my guys open in case we drop another energy on them, and I think I'll actually use Keldeo here to rush in. Putting this here on the Keldeo, and I'm also playing the energy there because why the hell not? My opponent kills it, whatever. Okay, so we have some interesting cards that we drew. It sets up our next turn pretty decently, I think. I can actually use the computer search for... I think I'm going to. And just get a second Swirlix. Okay, here it is. Here we go. Put this thing down. Actually, should have gone for the second Ace in the Hole, maybe. I don't know. We can set it up. with Swampert. So I'm actually going to use Swampert and get the Slurpuff on top. Hopefully it stays there. If it doesn't, we can play the N. I don't know. Let's see what we get out of this. I just kept the N in our hand for safety reasons. Maybe it won't be enough, but Fire Licks, it's kinda scary. We're not really afraid of the first attack, where it switches our Pokemon because we have the Keldeo. So we can always retreat into whatever we want. So let's see, there's the Battle Compressor from our opponent, discarding potentially energy or stuff like that. So there's a Lysander and Emolga, so he's getting rid of cards. So he ends. That's kind of lame in that we won't be drawing the Slurpuff, but at the same time we can draw it, so we can set up the second ace in the hole, I think for sure, next turn. So my opponent is using the luring thing in that it switches our guys. Let's see, we draw the Ultra Ball, so we can actually discard both the N and the Sycamore safely. We can draw the Slurpuff. Can put it down. Alright, so let's think for a bit. I'm going to ace in the hole for sure, but I'd love to get the second energy going, so maybe I discard this one. I will end up discarding an energy no matter what, so I'm going for the Slurpuff now. Alright, and let's just ace in a hole. Getting the Swampert into play. We can actually, we have like a wonderful bench now. I mean, can just, okay, I'm going to discard the crap that I don't really need anymore, so there goes that thing, and also the execute, and also maybe the Lysander's trump card, just because it's, I'd rather have it in the discard pile. I'm going to play this. Okay, Crushing Hammer hits, that's pretty good. Then use the Diving Search to grab, I could go for the Professor's Letter, but actually because I already have an energy in hand, I'd rather keep it there and just get it like this. What the? Okay, so now I use Tasting and we put both energy down. That's pretty good. And now that's Diving Search. Can go for, I don't know, the second hammer maybe? Yeah, I think I'm going for that. I'm going to try to get rid of all the energy from my opponent. Okay, we fail, but it doesn't really matter because we can just rush in and just pass the turn actually. Let's see. Okay, let's Blacksmith, so our opponent is in fact going to attack. The question is he going to kill our Keldeo? It would suck if he could kill it, but yeah, he's going to. Okay. Don't really care that much, because we will get rid of his hit more. Okay, let's go with Slurpuff, because it's extra card draw. There's actually the Float Zone, that's really good, let's put it down. And now let's use Diving Search. What do we want to get from here? Well, I think I could go for another Keldeo, but I don't think I really need that. So I think I'm going for an energy, single one. I don't think I need more. And we are going to draw that with our Tasting. Okay, we also draw the Via Seeker, that's pretty handy, because now we can play it, shuffle everything back, and get a hammer. Alright, could maybe have gone with the executes to our hand, but it doesn't really matter that much. Let's just grab a hammer and draw it and play it and get rid of the energy on Emolga maybe. No, we don't hit, so let's just kill the hit more. Hydro Pump, bam. 260 damage, we take a prize, and our opponent is left with, okay, he has energy in this discard pile, so I don't think there's really a problem for him, but I don't know, we can do anything we want here. The only thing that could go wrong is the fact that He could maybe attack with another Eat More and kill our Swampert, and then we would take 2 extra turns to set up, but at the same time, kind of feel like my opponent has to do a lot of work just for that, so. It's drawing a lot of cards as well. Okay, it does not get the hit more, so it just attacks here. Can actually Lysander out something he plays, like some of the Hitmores. I'm going for that. So there's 2 things that I want to do here. The first one is I could go for a Battle Compressor. So the things I want to do here is kill one of his Hitmores with a Lysander, so we have to bring the Lysander. The other one is to get another Swampert going, so kind of feel like I have to go for the Professor's Ladder. And we want to draw that. And we want to play it and get 2 energy. Alright. We want to put both of them down. I want a Lysander, but first, yeah. Maybe we could go for another Pokemon here. I don't think so. Just going to Diving Search, get that Lysander out, and just kill one of his dudes. Where is the Lysander? Oh, it's not in our deck. Okay. So we can't be doing that. So I think I'm just going for the Execute here. Or I can just go for the Battle Compressor, because that's 2 Executes. So let's use Tasting. Okay, 1 Execute. Ace in the Hole is kind of useless. Oh no, there's actually a Swampert, which is also very useless, and then an Execute. Now we can use the executes for the propagation. We can discard both cards and play the Keldeo. Don't feel like I need a Swampert going on now, and I can actually use the Sycamore here because we weren't able to find the Lysander. Going to play this. I'm going to get rid of every single random card that I have. Okay, I'm actually going for the second Ace in the Hole instead of the Maintenance because it's just worse. And yeah, that's it, Hydro Pump. Alright, 130, draw a prize. Just want to draw wish I would draw the Lysander, but now I don't really know. Maybe next turn I will N, get rid of some cards from my opponent's hand. It's taking a lot of time to choose his attacker. That kind of means like he doesn't have the Blacksmith in hand, but he will potentially draw it with Scorched Earth. Okay, so he goes with the Molga. It retreats for free, so guess no real reason not to. He actually has to hit 3 Fire Energy in order to kill our Swampert. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a Muscle End, so he actually needs 2. No, he needs 3 anyway, so. And there's an N. I actually don't mind that at all. We don't really care about ends at this point. Just want to play the hammer that I have left. Okay, let's put this energy down. And let's draw a hammer and play it. Okay, there's the hammer. Let's draw it. Let's play it. Get rid of the energy. Then we can shuffle our opponent's card just so he doesn't have the option to Blacksmith next turn. So there's the trump card again. Let's play it. Alright, we get the hammers back as well. That's pretty cool. Let's see what else we can get. Go for the Battle Compressor because I want to get rid of extra cards again. Because we already drew them. We already shuffled them back. So as you see, this once the engine gets going, this is just insane. Insanely good. Maybe we could have put the executes in our hand before shuffle. Yeah, I guess. It doesn't really matter that much now. There's a Lysander, okay. So we can just, if he decides to charge the guy on the bench, we can get it and get rid of energies that way, or else we can just get the hammers going. Once again, maybe I should have also gone for the stadium. Yeah, maybe that would be better than the battle compressor, because then he would have no way to draw extra cards if he has a fire energy. Yeah, definitely should have gone for that. Kind of a mistake on my part. And he puts another Eat More down. And he puts the energy there, so I'm going to Lysander that one out and hopefully kill it. Oh, there's a blacksmith going, okay. He only has one energy, so guess that guy isn't attacking now, and I'm going to kill it, so I'm going to start charging up the Keldeo. Okay, so I'm going to grab that dude, and I'm also going to grab the stadium. Okay, so we don't need the hammers this turn, because I'm going to kill the guy that has all the energy. So stadium it is. I'm going to block my opponent's way of drawing cards, and now I'm going to get, I guess, another battle compressor. Draw that thing. Get rid of cards from our deck. This is, I don't know, maybe this is boring for you guys at this point because we're just going through the motions, but this is a really fun deck. Yeah, I guess, battle compressor, whatever. And just Lysander out this dude and kill it. Maybe my opponent has seen enough and is going to concede, I don't know. Don't really know if he can do anything here. Yes, to get rid of two Swamperts, and there's the Keldeo coming at some point. Plus, if he gets rid of one, we can just build another one. So, and doesn't really do us any harm. Okay, he goes for the main dude. Don't really know why he would do that. I mean, it's not like he's going to win here. So I'm just going to rush in, retreat, and just get rid of his dudes. I'm not going even to bother doing anything else. I'm just going to... I think this is checkmate. I guess this is not one of the most competitive decks ever that we're playing against, but at the same time I feel like the most important thing that I could show you guys is how this deck sets up, how it builds itself up, and I did just that. I think this was a very good game to show you guys how we can just build our own game after we get the first Swampert into play. So yeah, that's the deck. I really like it, especially the hammer package that I'm playing. No, it's not really a package, it's just two hammers. And the stadium, I think it works pretty well with a trump card and our combo. So hopefully you guys enjoy this too. Tell me what you think in the comments below. And see you guys next time. Bye.